by myself, so you gotta bear with me. Hang on. We're going no mic. We're going handheld. Let's make sure everything works. Uh-huh. Yes, yes, no, no. All right, cool. Works. Turn that off. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome, 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 everybody. Happy Oyster Live, Dry Aged Oysters, Season 4, Episode 5. All right, welcome, guys. So, it's been a little bit since we've been together at the desk, and I'm all by myself because Skipper T is out on a reconnaissance mission. And there's been a lot going on, and we are just booting it. First week of the farm stand, I'm happy. I'm happy, well received. I got a couple of phone calls. Hey, it looks great. I also got a message that, hey, I was thinking, and you've got to listen to the customers, listen to the viewers, listen to the customers, listen to what other people that are putting out oyster stuff, which is we're going to get into, shucker patty, dry aged oysters. But before we do that, we're going to get into, listening to your customer. Very, very important. The customer said, hey, I purchased some of your oysters. I really, really dug them. They were absolutely delicious. And, but, 30 of them is a bit much, or no, excuse me, 25 oysters is a bit much for my wife and I to have at one serving. And could you, maybe you should have two sizes. And then I'm thinking, and, we debated it and we're listening. And yes, sir, Bob, second week in operation. I'm having a problem right now because it's too damn cold. I have problems. But our new packaging looks like this. It is now 12, actually, a baker's dozen, or maybe even a little baker's dozen plus one. We treat our customers right. Always give them something extra at the Happy Oyster Company. And there it is. Now we sell them by the baker's dozen instead for just a low, low price of $15. Let's do a little quality check and see what we're looking like here and how tasty they are. We're talking about fresh oysters opposed to dry aged oysters, and dry aged oysters. It kind of almost doesn't sound quite right, does it? I don't know. Shall we take a look at what these guys are looking like here? Let me loosen this up. And we'll kind of come down here like that. How's that? Boom. How's that? Not bad, right? So they're looking beautiful. We got them in, nice looking size. I like that, the looks of that little deep cup guy. Now, here to here. Can you see that? We're going to go, you can see where it is, right? Now, we might be able to cut this out, okay? How to shuck an oyster sideways. We're going to go right to here on the edge. I'm going to hold up really nice and close and tight. And it just kind of like went right in there. You can kind of see it. That oyster is now mine. I can see the juices actually starting. Can you see that? And kind of wiggle it in there and get it in there and keep on jiggling, wiggling. And I'm kind of pushing down right now to try to get that muscle that's right there, right? Oh, there it is. I can feel it. It just kind of like gave a little pop-a-roo. We're going to open this up a little bit. Look underneath. I got a little bit of top meat that's kind of sticking to the top shell. We're going to peel that back. There's where that muscle was, as you can see. Boom. Shucked off. Now, oh, look at how nice and meaty that baby is. Look at how juicy it is. It's like flowing. This oyster came out of the bay on a Wednesday, and they were proceeded to put into the cold chain immediately, as soon as they came out of the water, because it was kind of chilly outside. So, and then they've been in the cold chain ever since. So as you can see, it's looking pretty damn delicious. is chew your oyster. Jimmy Payton, hello, baby. How are you? Wow. That is absolutely outstanding. The saltiness, I'm just, woo, killer. Thumbs up, baby. Give me a little thumbs up on that. All right, I'm not gonna go into too much detail on how delicious these are. I gotta remember to tighten that so it doesn't slip down. I'm gonna leave these to the side for a half a minute, and because maybe we'll open up another one in a minute, but let me get this the hell out of the way. Let me get this up here. Oh, today's beverage again is Jetty 4 by West Hampton Beach Brewing Company. All right, now dry aging. We got Violet Cove over here, and our farm stand really kicked off a really great start. And obviously there's fresh oysters coming through there. I can't keep the damn thing in stock, and obviously that's on purpose because I want to keep everything fresh and special. Thanks, Will Hall. Between yours and those from the West Coast, Pacific oysters and East Coast oysters. Good question. They're two different species. They do have some different tastes and whatnot. We cannot grow their oysters. They can grow whatever. Well, never mind. I'll get into that in a half of it. I'll get into that in a different. Let me stick to where I'm at. But we can only raise one type of oyster, and it might taste different depending upon where it is within the region even, and where that water is. Violet Cove, one of our first oysters that are not raised by us that we're going to feature on our website, grown by Sue Wicks. We talked about her a while ago, and we dumped her oysters out on the table, and we saw how fresh they were. Now, there's a guy out there, and I talked about it the other day, or I put it in the thing, and his name is Shucker Patty. Shucker Patty has his own website. Let me see if I can get this up here. Hang on. There we go. This is Shucker Patty. There he is, right there. Okay. Can this zoom in? Oh, look at that. Even all by my little self, I can do this whole thing. Sweet, right? Nice. Okay, Shucker Patty. Rory's in the house. What's going? Yo, yo, my friend. So Shucker Patty, I follow this guy on Instagram as well. Here's his Instagram up here. There's what it looks like. And he had, this is the video that you guys got to watch. This one right here. These two. And he had it going on where it was, let me zoom that back out. There we go. A thing about dry-aged oysters. Now, on his website, he has a blog, and he talks about that. Now, who is this cat? That's what I want to know. He's eating 30-day-old oysters. 30 days. Out of the water. Hey, this guy is a world-class shucker. I mean, world champion shucker. He's Canadian 3 times. He holds a couple of world records. This guy can shuck out. You ready for this? 10 bags. You're gonna die when you hear this. 10 bags in 1 hour. Now, a bag is 100 oysters. So that's over, he could do over, it says it right here, over 1,000 oysters. So this cat knows oysters, man. Shucker Patty's, he's got his own knife. This cat is an oyster sommelier. Just like wine, whatever. He touches a lot of oysters. Good afternoon, guys. What's happening? What's happening? So, you got to listen to this guy. And he starts talking about dry aging oysters and whatnot. And I've often asked, and I've asked a couple of different people, how long can we keep the thing in the refrigerator? And I've been asked, how long can you keep it in the refrigerator? And hey, 7 to 10 days, no problem. And that's the truth, man. 7 to 10 days, no problem. Piece of cake. If you're getting your oysters from thehappyOyster.com, coming shipped to you, 7 to 10 days, no problem. Now, I'd kind of recommend that, you know, after they come in the package, that you take them and they are clean as a whistle. This is important. They're clean when you get them from us. Okay? If you get them from the farmer, maybe they're not quite so clean. The first thing you, as a chef, as a consumer, if you're buying them bulk, you got to clean them off. Or you buy them from the Happy Oyster Company and we'll take care of that for you. But you got to clean them off. That's kind of important because check this out. I got Violet Cove oysters. There's her tag. There's her oysters. And they've been in there for 20, it says they were caught on the 5th. They were harvested on the 5th. What's today? Today's the 29th. So that's a long time. Shall we open one up and check it out? What the heck did I do with my knife? All right. Which one would you like? Any of them? How do I know they're not? How do I know? Because look at the color difference, guys. You can tell when you start dealing with oysters, okay? Here's mine. That was out of the drink earlier. Here's hers, a little bit whiter. South Shore Peconic. I also saved some of mine at the same time so that we can double check and triple check and see what the heck is going on with all of this business about dry aged oysters. Sounds like a good idea, right? I thought so. So let's see what we got here. I don't like them as big as Tony Joe. And you know what we're gonna do? I'm just gonna open up. I almost forgot. Storage of the oyster. Notice I put them all in the cup, in the bowl, cup side down, so that they don't lose the juices. Now, dry aging, maybe some of the juices might evaporate. That's cool, because that's going to make it a little bit more, maybe salty, maybe this, maybe that. The oyster is alive, okay? And we put it in the refrigerator and it gets hibernated. Here we go, giddy up. Shall we come down again? Try this again down here like this. Boop, boop, boop. Here we are, here. You see that, all right? Down. Okay. Now I'm gonna smell this. Oh my God, it smells like the sea exactly the same way that it came out of the drink 25 days ago. Look at the juices on this thing. It's still plenty juicy. In fact, the juices are going to drip out of my hand. Can you see that? Now I got juice all over my floor. The oyster itself is plump and delicious and just absolutely perfect. There is absolutely no smell. There's no anything. And like we talked about, remember the last time we talked about how you can drain all the juices off and look at the juices came right back. 25 days. Would you eat this oyster? You would never know it if I didn't tell you. I've been telling my old lady, I says, the smiles taste better a week old. Notice nothing on that thing. No lemons, no cocktail, no doctoring, no nothing, just absolutely pure deliciousness from the Mauritius Bay. Sue Wicks. Hats off. Now let's talk about that for half a second. When we received Sue Wicks' oysters, let me get a little swig of this, all right? We dumped them out on the table, and I knew immediately that these are going to pass the test, the 20-day test. I bet you're damn close to, if all of the farmers or anybody, a 20-day test is nothing, nothing. How did I know that hers were going to pass the 20-day test? Because I knew they were fresh when I dumped them out on the table, because it had little mussels were on there, and there was some algae and some stuff that really made it very authentic, that I knew that because the mussels were alive on that deal. Now, if I would take that oyster and leave that mussel on there and put that in my cooler, it's going to smell in 7 days, maybe even a little less, because the oyster is fine, but the mussel and the outside stuff is dead, and that's going to start to smell. The oyster is fine, but you've got to clean the oyster. This is where the whole shipping thing and the shipper and the Class B shipper license came into play and the clean room. So now, happyoyster.com, buying your oysters online, no matter who we're selling, has got to pass the test. Why does it have to pass the test? Because we're putting Long Island on the map. Again, that is the mission. 30-day test. Shall we check out an HOC smile on the 30-day test? Or 20-day test? 20-day test. Let's just see what you got. So, oh yeah, we got juices coming out. Plenty of juices coming out. Okay? Again, off the top, boom, boom, boom. That thing is hooked up inside of there. It is just looking like $1 million. Here you go. Delicious. Now, along with that, now, side by side, I gotta be honest. I kinda like the 20-day-old ones a little better. Like a dry-aged steak. It seems as though the juices and the saltiness, and this is what Sucker Patty is talking all about. I'm really geeking out now, guys, when it comes to oysters, man. We are totally geeking out on what's going on here, all right? The smoke coming out of there is the steam from our dryer or whatever. Here's a little baby one. The chances of going bad are a lot easier because it's so small. It's kind of like a petite. It concentrates the flavors. Exactly right, James. Exactly right. Now, I've had a couple of them. This time, I'm going to put on, the juices are just, I mean, they're just flowing. 30, 20-something days. I got a little shell there, sorry. Absolutely outstanding. I'm telling you now, 20 days old, no problem. So dry aging oysters does seem to be something. There's something behind this. There's Sucker Patty is no bullshit about this guy. He's something about it. Something about it. So that's kind of where I'm at. How long have I been on? 18 minutes, 20 minutes. Ooh, almost perfect. Hey, what else can I say, guys? I got a couple of things I got to go over. It's checkup time. It's time for me to play big brother. Most of our viewership is guys, middle-aged guys, or guys that are, between, I shouldn't say middle-aged. 25 to 55 is our main demographic. Great to see you too. And guys. And guys are usually macho, and macho guys usually don't go to the doctors. And if you don't go to the doctors, it's going to be trouble, and it could be big trouble. And believe me, I'm not going to get into too many details. You're going to have to, you can stay tuned, but there's a reason why we're called the Happy Oyster, because we are happy that we are alive, and it's because we went to the doctor. So go get a checkup. Go get the scope. Don't be a dope. Now, I happen to have a PET scan. I had like above and beyond a year ago. I was shitting a brick, boys and girls. You didn't know it, but I did. And I made it 2 weeks. I shut it down for 2 weeks and went and took care of business and came back stronger, better than ever. Remember, when something bad happens, what's the first thing you say? Good. You go get it. I went to the dentist this week. Oh, man, because my dentist quit. He quit on me, man. Actually, he was getting a little older, and then this COVID thing hit, and blah, blah, blah. And he just said the hell with it. He hated to go out like that, but he was my personal friend. He was the guy that saved my life. He felt my neck the first time, 6 years ago, and said, hey, Bart, you better go get that checked out. And I did, and oh, boy. But I love this guy. And now he's retired. I gave the guy some oysters a little bit ago. Hats off. Sullivan Gallo, love you very much, man. If you're watching today, thanks a lot. He saved my life. So I went to the new guy, and there's all these new procedures, and oh my goodness. And new prices too, because it's a new dentist. And of course, my health insurance doesn't cover dentists, so that's coming out of pocket. So, whatever, got them cleaned up, and I got a little problem. And again, my mouth is compromised because of some of my past morbidities. I'm not even going to go there, all right? I'm just happy. The dentist. So I went to the fucking dentist, and the dentist did his thing. Now, on top of all of those things, because of last year, something else, and they saw something that maybe they should check out, and it's called high blood pressure. So now comes the cardiologist. I'm going to be 55 soon, and this sucks getting old. But fight it, boys and girls. But go and get a checkup. Have I preached enough yet? Have you heard enough? Shall I continue on the pulpit of taking care of yourself and who you're cheating? Besides yourself, you're cheating all of your family if you don't go and get a checkup. There you have it. Have I said enough now? I don't know. Here's to you. Hats off. Which one do I want now? I gotta be careful here. I'm running out of Violet Coves over here. This one was upside down. Maybe that's drier. Let me just check that one out. Yeah. Dry-aged oysters. Who would have ever thought if my mother was alive, she would be flipping right now. There's no way, rah, rah, rah. I'm like, bullshit. Look at that thing. Juicy and delicious. Why? Because we put it in the cold chain. The cold chain, the cold chain, the cold chain. I can't emphasize this. Now, this time of the year is pretty easy to keep the cold chain in check. In fact, I'm too cold of a chain on my farm stand. I had to shut it down until this temperatures warm up. It's freezing cold out there right now. I'm gonna put a little lemon on this one too. Always chew the oyster. Taste it. Don't just that shell in my mouth. It's ABC's outside in New York. Yeah, it is ABC's. Itty bitty. All right, I had enough. You guys have enough? 23 minutes and 13 seconds. Do I got any questions that I need to answer, or answers to the question in regards to dry aging oysters? Let me see what we got. Jimmy Payton, man, you're just hitting it all off. You're making me hungry. Hey, Will, soon you're going to be able to go on to our new sponsor, happyoyster.com, and get them delivered to your door. We were setting it all. Had a great meeting this week in regards to the shipping and to this and to that. And yeah, baby, it's all coming to fruition. A little slow. I wanted it a little sooner than what it is, but it is, as long as it's going forward is the key, okay? Forward is the key. 2 steps forward is all about it. Jonathan, what's happening? Life is damn good, Jonathan. It can't get any better than that. All right. 63, 300K. Yeah, he's Jimmy Payton, I think. Is that what I'm seeing on Instagram there? He's like doing a little over 20 miles an hour. Now, granted, in his living room. But, 20 miles an hour in your living room is better than, I don't know, 2 miles an hour outside? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna, I'm kind of teasing you a little bit, Jim. All good fun. I love you. Still 20 miles an hour in the living room. That's pretty good, man. 19 of you who are watching today. That's great. Awesome, man. Awesome. I love it. Analytics, while I'm on that, and I'm still on there, analytics are doing great. If you guys could all do me a big favor and share it, subscribe it, hit it up on that Josephine's in the house. Oh my God, you're sorry you're late. You're sorry you're late. I'm just about out of here, kiddo. My blue wrench shows up late. I mean, we're gonna have to take that blue wrench away. The analytics are doing great. Our peak concurrent viewers while we're live is doing well. I'm happy with where the numbers are. The subscriber rate seems to be going up as well. It's kind of fun. It's kind of it would help us if you guys could share us. If you could please just share us out, or if you're watching us and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It does help us. Hit the little bell. Big fat thumbs ups. We appreciate you guys so much, man. Thank you so much. Jeff is in the house, and Hunter says hi. Hunter's got to be old now, man. How old is Hunter? Is he ready to come to work out here yet, or what's the story? Bang, baby. What else do I got to say except thank you all so much for tuning in. You guys are what makes us tick. If it wasn't for you guys, we would be a nothing. And I appreciate you allowing us into your life. I want everybody to be cool. I want everybody to be kind. I want everybody to be happy. It's not that bad. It's getting better. And of course, we will see you next week. Thank you all for helping me out. Thank you for another great... You liked it, Jonathan. Good, I'm glad. I see you guys. Love you all. Take it easy.